What's up, everybody? Welcome to lovely Las Vegas. I'm here with these two legends. No, really, all jokes aside,
he's the legend.
Listen,
we all know he's the legend.
Two legends, two iconic players. We already know what it is. We're gonna have a little discussion here before we start, gentlemen. And yeah, let's start with you, Phil. Who do you think's the better player?
I just want to say this. Antonio is a great family man. He's a great guy.
What a pivot.
Everybody loves him.
What a pivot.
But the only thing I have on him is a prima donna on the set. That's all it is. Like, she's a prima donna on the set. Bring me my salt-free chicken. Oh, there's none available. Oh, and he gets the order. Oh my God, there's salt in here. How did you guys screw this order up? Blah, 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 blah. Just 2 minutes ago. Give me a water. Somebody bring me a water. Shouting at everybody in general. He doesn't walk over and say, hey, Paul, could I get a water? No. Give me a water, somebody.
He was
parched.
nice about it in his defense. He said he's a
all,
little bit. Wait,
listen,
hang on one second. One second. Just real quick. Who do you think's the better poker player? We got to get down to the nitty-gritty, buddy.
I don't think it's actually that close. But I will give Antonio credit. When it comes to No Limit Hold'em, there's a reason that I have all the bracelets and I have 10 more than anybody else. But Antonio is.
Well, that's not 10 more than anybody else, but.
In Hold'em, yeah, I think it's.
Oh, in Hold'em, excuse
somebody
me.
Has
Hold'em,
4.
I understood.
Somebody has 4, so maybe I only have 9 more than anybody else.
Go on.
But brag, brag, brag. Here's Phil. But Antonio is just an absolutely amazing cash game player, especially in the highest of the high stakes. Now, when we film him, he always plays bad, and he's lost 95% of the time. But which is true, he'll tell you. But I'm telling you, he is amazing at cash games in the high stakes, highest high stakes, and you know, he's won more than I have, and I've won a lot of money. So I have to give him some credit for being, you know, great at the high stakes cash games.
Sure. What do you think your odds are to win today?
No idea. I mean, like.
It's a tough question.
I think it is. I mean, I think, you know, I mean, I hope that it's not like a cooler hand.
Just throw out a percentage instinctually that you get it done today.
I mean, I'll just say 50%.
50-50.
That's what I'll say.
Okay. Very diplomatic, and I'm going to ask you the same question, buddy. Who do you think's the better
first of all, I have
player?
to defend myself because in no way, shape, or form did I shout at anybody. I kindly said, "Can somebody please get
prima donna?"
I saw it.
I said, "Please," and I said, "Can I please get a water?"
That's true.
Prima donna.
Also, in other news, well, the same news, when we sat here, Phil and I asked Paul, the director, who is more of a prima donna on the set, and what was his answer? You or me? What did he pick?
Well, but it's not
you
true.
or me.
Just one man's opinion, though.
He picked you.
One man's
So for
opinion.
you to call me high maintenance when you are actually high maintenance, it's kind of a joke.
You're both prima donnas, so let's just.
I'm not denying.
We already know what it is.
I'm not denying
You're both
being
out of your
prima donna.
mind. So but
I'm also kind.
It's 6 in one hand.
I never talk down to anybody. For him to say that I ordered somebody to go down the street and get me chicken with no salt.
I've never seen either one of you treat people like lesser than outside of the poker table. That's true. Both of you guys are very. You know what I mean?
Of all the poker players that are super successful on the planet, that like, you know, the top like 20 or 30, you will never see Antonio and I talk down to anybody.
It's a fact.
I'll never say no to an autograph or a picture. I'll always smile every time.
I've seen this.
I mean, yeah, and I've done it, you know. And the only time maybe is during when you have a 5-minute break during the series. Maybe during a 5-minute break.
Okay, so don't say never.
Okay.
Who do you think is the better poker player, Antonio?
I would say me.
Okay.
What game?
Not overall.
I'm better at every game than you.
Well, let him finish. Let him go on.
Who's better at stud?
Let him finish.
Stud 8 or better.
He said not overall.
Omaha.
He said not overall.
Omaha 8 or better.
Are you saying you're better at No Limit Hold'em?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In tournaments?
I didn't say tournaments, but if you want to play.
So you're better than me at pot limit Omaha cash games?
Probably not. No.
You're better than me at No Limit Hold'em. So we got isolated. I asked you 20 questions, but you think you're better than me at No Limit Hold'em cash games?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's close. But
for 15 years, I've been trying to play you heads up, and the winner shoots the loser with a taser gun. But you haven't accepted. So if you were better than me, why wouldn't you accept the challenge? Finally, we have High Stakes Duel, and you're forced to play because you need airtime.
Not
I
forced
finally
to play.
get you.
Not forced to play.
Wow.
Well, you can't turn down airtime.
Wow.
Come on. You don't think that I could have lobbied for a different opponent?
I'm sure you could have.
Well, not too
Did
much
I
lobbying.
lobby?
Not
Why?
so much
Why would you
lobbying
lobby?
going
Did I
on
lobby?
with this thing, by the way.
Why
Did I lobby?
But she could.
You're better than
You call Maury. Did I lobby? The minute they said Antonio, I said, great, let's go.
Wow.
Okay, the minute they said Phil, I said, yum, yum, finally.
Respect.
15 years of waiting.
This is beautiful. Right? What do you make your odds to win? Percentage. Just throw something out there.
I don't know the structure, but if it's a, if we have
Reasonable. It's not,
it's a reasonable structure, probably 57.
57.
No, 55, 45.
55, okay,
I'm a 55%
45.
favorite.
You know, I
Okay.
played a heads-up championship last January. The last one I played, 100 and whatever, 28 players. I won it.
Good for you.
So, I mean, it's heads up.
You also beat me in the NBC heads up.
I also have an NBA heads up, a first and a second. It's a good for me this game, but I know that you are going to throw some curveballs at me.
Okay, well,
I think it's going to be fun. Honestly.
You guys are about to get it on, so
Get it on!
Off we go soon. This question's for you. Do you think this is an act somewhat, or do you think this is legit? And I have a follow-up question to that, and I'm asking genuinely. I don't want to make it awkward, but like, are you guys friends?
I would say that Phil and I are very good friends off the felt. He's
Okay.
actually one of my most favorable people to hang out with.
Okay.
And people always ask me, are his antics for real? And I say that yes, he's believes most of the things that he says.
Okay.
And he's a good human being. He just happens to be, a
poker
bit
brat.
special on the fells, to say the least.
Wow.
What I don't understand is why.
Is this an act, Phil? I mean, is this
No, I
really
get
who you
invited-
are?
listen.
Like, I think it is. By the way, I mean,
Nick, I get invited to
I'm
every.
telling you.
I get invited to every cash game on the planet.
right. I get invited to none, by the way. Nice job to the both of you.
So I show up and I get all upset and I start. Bah, 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 bah.
Right.
And I think, man, the way I'm acting, they're not going to invite me back. But they love it.
Right.
They feel like that's the Phil Hellmuth experience. And sure enough, hey, can you play with us Wednesday,
Right.
and Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday?
He's also a fish.
You're larger than life. I mean, no, it's true though. No, but you're one of the most famous players of all time. I mean,
How much money did I win last time we
Hold on.
played?
One
Antonio?
of or the? Which one is it?
I don't know the answer.
Well,
to
ask
that.
him, he'll tell you.
How
do you
much
thi-
money did I win last time you and I played in LA?
Do you get insulted when
ask-
someone says you're one of the most famous players in the world, or? I mean, we should say it correctly.
That's
Nick, could you
subjective.
please course correct and just say the most famous player in the world?
No, it's subjective.
It's
because,
subjective. It's hard to know the metrics.
I mean,
on what
I think-
actually.
No, it's funny. I
People-
tell
Who's more
Nick-
famous
people
than you in the
think-
poker
I
world?
tell Negrani he's more famous than me, but then he tells me I'm more famous than him. We kind of throw praise.
You don't really believe
Okay.
it when you tell him that.
Phil, let me
Are
ask
you
you.
kidding? Negrani's done a great job.
Let me ask you a
understand.
question, only because we saw one clip from the World Series. So I mean, I know you guys have crossed paths many times, but in the clip you sort of implied that maybe he has your number a little bit, or has had your number.
He had
What's
my-
the story with
he had
that?
my number for 10 years. Like, I mean, like.
But do you think did he have your number skill-wise? Did you
No.
feel you were being outplayed? All
Oh no
luck.
no no no! He was. Listen, the first time we played we played. I think both bracelets he won. I was at that final table with him, and the World Poker Tour title, his first WPT final table. I was there with him.
Sure, so-
And he was horrendous then, and horrendous, and just I didn't beat him a single pot. We're talking about what 03?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't
mean,
win
that
that
was-
WPT. I tell
That's a long time ago, and so I mean, yeah, you didn't win that one, but. And so, but Antonio's, he's smart, man. He's sharp. He just gets better and better and better. So I played with him at the beginning when he wasn't as good. And at that point, I was like...
You watched him grow, kind of.
I did.
Yeah.
I watched him grow. I remember, he rocked the boat a little bit when he first came into poker. He busted Phil Ivey in a tournament, and he
Yeah.
told him to go find the door.
Oh,
And that
get
was...
him out of here.
First of all, I didn't do that, okay? What I did was totally inappropriate, and I apologized, and it's obviously one of my biggest regrets.
Phil's cool with everything, though,
Yeah.
so it's obvious.
Phil doesn't
But I appreciate you bringing that up.
Question to both of you guys, and I mean it. You're kind of semi-retired, right? You sort of got out of the game. Look at you.
Retired.
I mean, I
but
wouldn't say
plays-
retired, but
Unbelievable. You got the tan. You got it's.
I'm spending time with my kids.
Spending time
which
with your
is
kids.
amazing.
The guy
I'm
plays.
not chasing.
Guy wins all the money
But
in
I'm
LA.
I'm not
saying-
chasing the poker dream anymore. It's so
Well,
sad.
for both
You know what I mean?
of
I
you
want to be
guys-
home
hear-
with my kids.
I understand.
I'll tell you what.
Do you know now? Now you know?
I do, and
He found the most amazing woman. I don't know. I think she's terrific. And I played poker with her over at their house. She is amazing.
Right. Okay. Where are we going?
And
with this?
well, I don't know what the heck she's doing with this guy, but no, he's done a great job. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I mean, life is beautiful, but I'm saying
he treats her like a princess.
But I have a question
She
for
is.
both of you guys. Do you feel maybe a little disrespected by the youngsters, or do you
Yes.
still feel like you have something to prove? Both. I'll ask you for it. Do you feel you have a little something to prove to show that? Listen, you're still.
I have nothing to prove because I'm so happy in my life that I don't really care what
He's grateful. He doesn't.
And I also know that the kids have passed us.
Okay.
Me, for sure.
So you're not.
My ego is in check.
Okay.
They're better. GTO. I don't know any of that stuff.
Okay.
No problem. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
He'll tell you otherwise.
How do you feel about that question? I mean, and this is a thing always in sports.
I thought GTO was over. Is it still? Are they still doing it? Like, I mean, I saw all these flaws. They were doing like 4 things. They were doing 2 obvious things wrong in GTO. Obvious. And
well, what do you mean they?
God.
You mean the machines, or you mean the execution
the
of the ideas?
The ideas
it's
in
an
GTO,
endless. It's an endless.
which is supposed to be game theory optimal.
Right.
There were 2 huge flaws.
Right.
And I would call, and I think Negreanu figured it out not until a year or 2 after I figured it out. Matisow figured it out early. A lot of the greatest players have figured out that. With my help.
Matisow figured
With my
GTO out. No, but no, really. Do you feel like you have something to prove to the youngsters? Do you still get hungry to get out there and remind them who you are?
I'm the most hungry poker player on the planet.
Still.
Yes. I mean, listen, I have to it doesn't matter what I do.
Yeah.
I won bracelets in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. And,
Yeah.
and you slice history and you say, all right, how did Phil do the last 10 years compared to everybody else? And they say, well, he hasn't done well the last 10 years. Well, wrong. I've won more bracelets than anybody in the last 10 years.
Right.
And then you go back the next 10 year and the next 10 years. So I just keep winning and I don't get the respect.
Why don't they respect you, Phil?
It's a good question.
It's a big question.
It's a good question.
You have the credentials.
Yes, it's true. They don't. Let's rephrase that. The whole planet thinks I'm great at poker. The people that don't, because you win all the stuff. It's like you become like a Jack Nicklaus or a Tiger Woods. Just keep winning, and the planet's like, well, this guy just keeps winning. He's good. But inside, amongst like 20 or 30 players, right, and their acolytes, let's say, their disciples. They're all like, oh, Phil does this wrong. He does this wrong. He does this wrong. He does this wrong. But in fact, 90% of those things I do right. And then they catch you on a bad day sometimes. That happens. I mean, imagine all the filming that Antonio and I've done where I looked really bad or he looked really bad because we had an off day, or maybe we just...
Sure. I mean, listen, people are kind of results oriented and all that. Where are you at? Are you sharp right now? Do you feel poker sharp right now? How's the quarantine been going? You've been...
Well, last night was a big night for me in our small game. In the small game, I won 27,000 last night, which is really good for the small game. In the big game, I won 12,000, which that's not much for that game.
How about you? Do you feel sharp poker-wise right now? You've been playing? Have you been?
I mean, I haven't been playing that much, and since quarantine, it's really just been 2 kids morning to night.
Yep.
So I haven't really, but I'm playing Phil Hellmuth, so I didn't really need to freshen up too much.
Wow. I mean, here he is again.
Shots fired.
Let's go, baby. Okay. For both of you guys, are you going to re-challenge if you lose? Do you know yet?
I don't know yet.
100%.
100%.
I'll never quit. No matter how much.
Fair enough.
No matter what's at stake, I will never quit him.
Okay, you heard it right there. I mean, that's okay. Well,
let's just say this: I'm 90% too.
Okay, well, let's get it on. And I think we've heard all we need to hear. Any final words before we start? Anything you guys want to say to each other?
May the cards
Good luck.
be with you.
I say this seriously. Thank you to both of you for being here. It's not that easy to you guys are showing up. I hope you guys have fun watching this. Let's go.
I do have some final words. I think now we have Major League Baseball coming back. Mm-hmm. We have the NFL coming back. Mm-hmm. We have the NBA coming back. And even with Major League Baseball, yeah, sure, 6 Marlin players got COVID, but it's only 0.3% of the league. And so, and I feel like I'm honored to be a part of a match that kind of brings poker back. And so,
I agree 100%.
I want to say that we're back, and I want to say that I have a lot of respect for Antonio.
You guys are both.
It's a very friendly rivalry.
Understood. No,
so I started playing at his house.
Let's go. It's on. I mean, let's do it. I'll see you guys after. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you, Nick.